So I've always loved the expression being in your happy place. And I just love it. Finding your happy place, being in your happy place. One of my favorite expressions. I think the reason for that is that it's really not about the place, it's how the place makes you feel. And I always have a strong connection with how places make me feel. So I'm going to talk a little bit this morning about my happy place and how to relate it to Hawaii. Now, as you're seeing with some of the shares that I've been doing up to now, I had a lot of happy places there. Whether it was having a coffee early in the morning out on my beautiful veranda, overlooking the beautiful palm trees and the ocean, or whether it was being out on a cup of cold water in the van, helping out with things there, whether it was having dinners with special friends. We did a lot of cooking from home in each of our homes. Whether it was taking my 5 a.m. drive in the Magnum PI car, the Ferrari. These are all really happy places for me, and I experienced them to the full. To be quite honest, I never took them for granted, and they consistently brought me a lot of joy. However, there's one place especially that kind of brought me the most joy, and I didn't come across it until later in my time in Hawaii. And I had always loved snorkeling. Anything related to the beach, the water, the ocean, I'm in. But snorkeling in particular, I loved it. I still do. I do scuba dive, but mostly I snorkel. I just love the snorkeling because it's so simple. You don't have to commit 3 or 4 hours to it to go out on a dive. You buy your gear once, that's it. And so I snorkel a lot here. And I came across a particular spot on Maui, and I'd already been living there about a year. And I came across this spot on the beach, and I went snorkeling, and I was on a high. I was on a high for days afterwards with what I experienced. And it was a very secluded part of a beach on Maui that a lot of turtles hung out at. And I'm talking more than one. This was a hangout because it was sheltered waters for the turtles, so it's safe as well. And I found myself going back there every other day, if not every day, at 5:15. I throw on my snorkel gear, and it was surreal because it was about 30 feet into the water. You didn't have to go far at all. It was about 30 feet in. There was all this coral underneath the water, and that's what the turtles were feeding off. It was absolutely amazing. And it really did turn into my happy place. No matter what was going on in my day, I'd always try and get down there for that kind of time to see these turtles just being so majestic. And uh, I, I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people have a favorite, you know, let me put it this way. Our beautiful mum, loved butterflies. There was just something magical about butterflies. And a lot of mum's world revolved around that. For me, it was turtles. I just feel this peacefulness and this humbleness when I'm around these wonderful turtles. So it was an amazing time in my life to experience that. And it's odd what I was thinking about this morning because I was looking through some videos. I did manage to take some GoPros, some underwater film of a turtle that was comfortable with me getting closest to it and taking some film. And it's weird. It hit me this morning when I was looking through that. And I think the reason why I was also so connected with the turtles, they came at a time in my life where things started to change in Hawaii. And I'm going to be getting into that. It was some turbulent waters ahead, let's say that. And what just struck me today was that in the months that followed, I went through a lot of uncertainty in Hawaii with decisions that I had to make. And what I just realized today going through those videos and just watching them again, there was something reassuring to know that every day, if I went down and went in the water, the turtles were going to be there. Because, I say, there were a lot of things started happening to my life on Maui, and a lot of uncertainty. And what I realized this morning, 4 years later, it was a reassurance. It was like the sun coming up in the morning, the sun going down in the evening. They were my safety net. I could go there, and within a minute of going in the water, I was hanging out with the turtles. So that's where it came from. I'm staggered. I mean, I always knew I was drawn to it. Today, for some reason, it just hit me why at that time in my life I was so drawn to it. So wanted to share that. I'm going to put up a GoPro video of a turtle that I was hanging out with a little bit, give you an idea of just the majestic nature of these beautiful creatures. And yeah, it was an interesting time. I'm actually just finishing off putting together another slideshow. I'd said Hawaii, I was going to break it into 3 parts, and I'm just coming towards the end of the second part. So I'm going to have that ready to roll this week, and excited to share that, and for myself to go on that journey and honor that part of the journey. So wonderful as always to be able to share. Hope your week is off to a wonderful start, and please go gentle on yourselves this week. Thanks so much. Bye.